This is Lisa Fox for Get Your Rock Out, and I am here with Carl from Heart of the Carrot. Say hello.
Hello.
How's things? You're tired?
I am. I'm quite tired today. I don't know why though. We had a pretty nice hotel and everything, so I slept for like hours, but I don't know. I think I'm just tired from the week before, really. But oh well. The show was good last night, so hopefully tonight will be good as well.
And did you enjoy Liverpool?
Yes. Yeah. Liverpool's. We've only done it a couple of times before, but it's always quite good for us. So I think we I don't know, we had heard about ticket sales for yesterday. We were a bit kind of worried about it, but it turned out to be amazing. So yeah, it's good.
That's good. How do you feel about the fact that the venues obviously got split? Because it was supposed to be two full days.
Yeah,
and then
it was supposed to be the whole venues, right? So there's supposed to be something going on in here as well. I don't know really. I don't know why it happened. Was it to do with ticket sales or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks. Like there's a lot of good bands playing and stuff. So it's a shame that it got kind of cut down. But you know, there's still Funeral for a Friend and Feed the Rhino and that. So I'm happy. I get to see bands.
I was going to say, have you got to check out any bands?
I got to watch Funeral for a Friend yesterday, which made me feel 15 again. I was literally just sat there like listening to Roses for the Dead. I was just like, oh man, like. Takes me back, you know.
Yeah.
It was good though. It was really cool. Like I haven't seen them for years. I think the last time I saw them was at Reading and Leeds in like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like proper fanboy. So it's just like it was cool to kind of play with them and see them yesterday and everything. So
how does it feel being on the same bill as them then? If it's something that you've admired.
It's weird because I mean obviously we're a very different style to them. So I never really thought it would be something that we would do. But I don't know, it's really cool. Like the guys are really nice and everything, and Jamie knows Pat, the drummer, really well. That I think they used to live together or something. So it's quite cool to kind of meet them and see them sound check and all that. So yeah, no, it's really cool.
There's a lot of British bands on this lineup this weekend. A lot of young British talent. What do you think about the British scene at the minute? Obviously, I think it's quite close knit for a start.
I think it's thriving at the moment, really, isn't it? There's loads of bands kind of just up and coming that are doing really well for themselves. I mean, Feed the Rhino are smashing it at the moment. Hacktivist Boys are doing really well, and it's just nice to see so many bands kind of taking it to the next level. I mean, Heights are obviously they've announced that they're splitting up, which is a real shame.
I know.
But even so, like they're still getting on stage and they're absolutely smashing it. So it's just nice to see everyone here in one place and everyone knows each other, everyone gets on really well, so it's just a fun weekend really. It's pretty good.
Heart of the Carrot are doing tons of festivals this year.
Yeah, we're
I was looking at your tour lineup and I was like, God, they're doing everything.
Yeah, we're doing quite a lot in Europe this year, which is it was always the plan really. Like when we released Severance last year, it was kind of we hadn't really broken the European market at all.
Yeah.
And the beginning of this year we obviously did the Thy Art Is Murder tour.
Yeah.
And that kind of set us in good stead really for the festival season. So we're obviously doing quite a lot of indoor stuff in the UK, like Empiricon and everything, and then there's loads of stuff going on out in Europe.
Slam Dunk the Funk as well.
Yeah, Slam Dunk, man, that's insane. Like the lineup is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Again, it's like all American rejects and shit like that, and then we're on the same bill. It's like, what the hell is going on? But it's wicked. Like we're all excited about it, and it's nice to know that we've got some big shows coming up, and playing with really big bands that we all fucking love. So. No, it's just exciting, really,
And do you find that a lot of people come to these shows not having heard your music before, or is it that you get the hardcore fans coming out?
It varies, really. Like, we had quite I think we get quite a balance, really. Like, yesterday we had quite a few people there that had seen us before, but obviously a lot of people come to see Funeral for a Friend, so they might not have seen us, they might not have heard of us, so it's nice to kind of have the opportunity to play to different people as well. So it's kind of varied, but it's all the shows have been insane.
Same for you guys anyway.
Yeah.
Is that a good same?
Yeah, it's fucking wicked, man. Like, just kind of seeing everyone jumping about and going crazy, it's just awesome, man.
So Severance came out last year.
Yeah.
To a bloody amazing response.
But do you know what? We were not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
Like, we self-released Hope and Hideous as our first album. And that in itself was amazing, and it kind of put us in a good place. But we wrote Severance in 6 or 7 months. I think we wrote that, and we were very kind of hesitant to see how it would go down because it is quite a different style. Well, it's not really different, but you can tell that we've kind of taken a different approach to how we write the songs. So it's interesting. We were kind of hesitant to see what people would think and everything, but honestly, the release was just insane. Like, we can't believe the impact it's had, and where we've come in a year. We weren't expecting to be in the position we're in now, where we're playing with all these amazing bands and playing these festivals and headlining things, and it's just crazy. Like, it kind of takes me back sometimes. It's just shit, man. This is happening. Like, we need to kind of step it up. But honestly, it's amazing. We're loving it, and we're just pleased that everyone kind of gets what we're going for now, really, and enjoying the shows as much as we are. So.
And how are you finding being on a label compared to self-releasing?
It's so much better, honestly. I mean, Century Media, they know exactly where we want to take this band. They knew from the start, which is why we signed with them. And they've really pushed us in Europe, which is why we're doing all the European stuff. And it's nice to see our album physically available in the US and in Australia and everything. So it's really, you can tell that it's had a big impact on the way, it's kind of the way it's kind of come about, basically. Like, because after Hope and Hindrance, we grew a little bit, but Severance literally was
Frosted.
it's insane. So it's definitely made a difference, and the guys are so easy to work with Century Media, and it's just nice to have people on board that know exactly what we want to do with the band. So it's wicked. And
would you stick with that in future, and would you recommend that for bands now?
Definitely. I mean, it's something that you have to work towards. I've been doing bands since I was 14. I'm like 23 now, so it's been a long time coming. But you just need to keep working at it, and I would definitely recommend, if you get the opportunity to go with a label, do it. If the offer's right and everything, obviously. But having people work with you at that level and push your work to the kind of market that they do makes all the difference. Honestly, it's so good. So
I think it's quite interesting because there's so many different ways now that people can get their music heard.
There is,
between crowdfunding and getting signed, or just literally uploading an MP3 onto Spotify and letting people get out there.
It's a really different world now.
It is
in comparison to how it was 10 years ago. But for us, a label is what we felt we needed. I think it's each to their own in a way, but I would personally recommend it if the deal is there that's right for the band. Definitely.
So you've been out in Europe this year. You were in Russia. Was that this year, or was that coming up?
No, we did Russia last year. With Die Art. Yeah. But then we're going again with After the Burial this year. So
how do you think it's going to be, given everything that's been going on in Russia recently?
Yeah, I know. It's originally we were supposed to be going into Ukraine as well.
Oh,
we were supposed to be doing Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and everything. But after the whole thing that's going on, I think those shows kind of got cut, and we just thought we'll stick to one side of the border, but we're kind of hesitant in a way, but I don't know, I think it'll be okay. I can't see it being a really big deal, and I think we're being looked after by a good company up there, and we've been out there before, so we kind of know what to expect now. Obviously it's a little bit, with what's going on, it's a bit touch and go, but I think
I suppose the fans are still the fans at the end of the day.
Exactly.
The music lovers are the same.
If it wasn't safe, we wouldn't be going out there. And we think it'll be absolutely fine. And the shows are going to be ridiculous. It's like 1,000-cap venues. Main support to After the Burial. We have to do that. There's no way we can turn that down. So it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So what's the plans for after that? So you've got loads of festivals.
Yeah.
And then what are you thinking for the next while?
So we've got all the festivals after that throughout the summer, which will be fun, and then I think we'll be touring again towards the end of the year. Hopefully more international shows. We can't really say yet what's going on, but there's a lot planned this year. It's a busy year. Like, we're looking at the calendar and it's just constantly filling up with dates and tours, festivals, everything, and it's just like, oh man, this is actually happening now. But it's wicked. That's what we want to do, and obviously we're going to be playing all these shows and stuff, but we've started writing again, so there's definitely another album in the works, which won't be out this year probably, but it's in the works, and we're planning it, and we're writing, getting ideas together, so there's something to look forward to as well, I guess.
Definitely.
Be cool.
And do you think that the festival season in the UK is oversaturated now? There's so many festivals now.
So many festivals.
Yeah. Or do you think it's kind of...
It's a bit of a weird one with the festivals, like, there's so much competition now.
Yeah.
And I think there's not really enough bands at a certain level to be playing the festival, so you do find a lot of the bands just doing the same festivals as everyone. And I think that's why, it's Sonosphere and Download this year, so you won't get the bands doing both, it's kind of split. But in a way it is, but I think it's good because it's getting people out to the shows. You know, even like these small festivals like Radstock and that, it's getting people out. Like tonight, I think it's sold out. So it's just great to kind of see that. In a way, it's oversaturated, but I think with the amount of up and coming bands now, I think it's a good thing, because there's plenty of opportunities for bands to kind of get onto these things and, you know, get the music heard. So I kind of like it. I like all the festival season anyway, so it's a chance to get drunk, really, isn't it? So,
well, exactly. Hopefully better weather than we've got today, although at least it's indoors.
Well, do you know what? Like, our hometown, Milton Keynes, all of our friends are literally on Facebook going, oh, I sat on the balcony, like, having a smoke, having a drink in the sun, like, it's just like,
and you look outside
and we're in
it's
Newcastle and it's like absolutely good. It's so grim today, and it's so grey. And
you can't even see in front of you. It's just
I know.
cloud everywhere.
Oh well. Hopefully this isn't the last of our summer and it will actually get better.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So as a band, how do you guys find the fact that you're getting bigger? How are you coping with that? Is it something that it's just always been the goal, or is it a bit overwhelming? Or is it?
I mean, it's obviously always been the goal, but we kind of just don't really pay much attention to that side of it. Like for us, it's still, we're just here to play shows and have fun. Like we're five mates who just enjoy doing this. So the fact that it's getting bigger is wicked, because it means we get to play shows that have more energy and everyone's enjoying it and everything. So it's really cool. But I mean, you're right, it is a little bit overwhelming at the same time, because you know, we never expected it to get so intense, like so quickly. I think it was kind of like, oh yeah, you know, the goal is to do that, but it's like all of a sudden it's like, shit, man, this is like, you know, this is getting busy. People really like the album and stuff, and it's just awesome, man. Like it's what we've always wanted to do, so it's just great to see it like happening quicker than we expected.
And what inspires you? I hear, this might just be me, but I hear a lot of sort of early noughties, late 90s Deftones in your work.
Thank you for saying that. Honestly, yes. Like band-wise, we've got such a vast kind of. Well, we all listen to so much different stuff. Like Jamie and Steve are really into like the death metal stuff. Yeah. But for me, I don't really listen to that kind of thing. I listen to Deftones all the time. I play Steph Carpenter's guitars for fuck's sake, do you know what I mean? But like Noddy and V are both into that kind of progressive stuff as well. So we've taken a lot from everything and kind of put it onto the new album. Yeah. But I'm glad you noticed the whole Deftones.
Especially in the guitars, I have to say. That's why I'm glad I got to speak to the guitarists, because I wanted to say that.
Yeah, honestly, like I've been listening to Diamond Eyes and all that loads recently. And before we wrote the album, that was a big influence for us. Yeah. So it was kind of an aim as well, because there's so many bands taking like, oh, I want to be in a band that sounds like Periphery. I want to do this. I want to be like Tesseract. I want to do that. We wanted to be like, right, let's actually strip this back a bit and try and take some influences from some other bands. Yeah. And we kind of wanted to be like, you know, Killswitch. We wanted to take influence from like Killswitch, Deftones, all that kind of stuff, because you don't really hear that anymore. No, like, you don't. All these bands are just trying to do this whole tech thing, and it's like, that's cool, but for me, that whole market is so oversaturated now. So we were like, we kind of want to be recognised as a metal band rather than a hate fucking word gent band. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. We play 7 strings, and we have a bit of groove here and there, but that's not our sound. Like we've got so much more to it. And it means a lot that you actually said that, to be honest. Like, so many people are like, oh yeah, so you know, you're really into this whole gent sound. It's like, no, not really.
But then I think that's a sign of how you guys have, you know, how everyone's really appreciated your music.
Yeah.
It's not just, it doesn't sound like a flash in the pan. Yeah. You know, it really doesn't.
That's cool. Thank you.
That's all right. It is hard to think where music can go now, mind you, because there's so many different sounds. Yeah, you do wonder what the next big thing's going to be.
I know, it's all about kind of making your own sound slightly unique. I think it's very hard to create something totally original now. Yeah. But it's all about kind of taking influences where, you know, what suit you. Don't follow the crowd. Don't just be like, oh, I want to add a polyrhythm here because that's what this band did. Oh, I want to do this because that's what this band did. You need to kind of, you know, strip it back and kind of be like, right, what do we want to achieve? Like, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know, I think bands just kind of overthink it and then be like, right, Periphery are really good at the moment, I want to sound like them, or, you know, Monument's doing well, I want to sound like them. So it's kind of, you know, you have to do your own thing. I think that's really important.
It keeps your heart in it then, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's always a risk, obviously. It's always a risk doing something new, but I think it's good to do that because otherwise people will just get bored, you know?
True.
For us, we don't want to write the same album over and over and over again, which is why Severance, you know, we put a lot of thought into how to make that sound different and what approach to take. but it's paid off for us. So
Yeah.
really,
Not everyone wants to be Nickelback with one song.
exactly.
It works for them, but it doesn't work for everybody. So have you got one final thought for all the fans out there?
Pick up Severance if you haven't got it already. We've got loads of festivals this year, so come out and check us out, and hopefully you enjoy it.
And have you got to play with the Deftones yet?
Not yet.
Do that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
In for that, definitely. Thank you very much indeed for taking the
no
time to
problem.
chat.